So today we're doing section 6.3, day 3, and this is converting polar coordinates to rectangular, so the opposite of yesterday. The two formulas that you're going to need to go from polar to rectangular is sine of theta is equal to y over r, and cosine of theta is equal to x over r. So notice these are not new formulas. We're just going to use same formulas that we've been using. So for our first example, our coordinate that we're going to convert is 2 and 3 pi over 2. So notice right now we have an r and a theta, and the goal is that we need to find an x and a y. So if I use those two formulas, I'll have sine of 3 pi over 2 equals y over my r value of 2. And over here, 3 pi over 2 we know goes straight down, so the coordinate is 0, negative 1. And sine is the y part of the coordinate, so sine of 3 pi over 2 gets replaced with negative 1. Then I still need to get y by itself, so I would multiply both sides by 2 to clear this fraction. So I know y equals negative 2. So we're halfway done. So now I'm going to set up the cosine one. So I'll cosine of 3 pi over 2 equals x over my r value of 2. And again, it's the same coordinate of 0, negative 1, because the angle is the same. Cosine is now the x part of the coordinate, so it's 0. And again, I'd multiply both sides by 2 to clear the fraction. So x equals 0. So to piece this together, the rectangular version of this coordinate will be 0, negative 2. So let's try another one. Second example is negative 8 and pi over 3. So again, we're going to use those two formulas. So we'll start with, and maybe something that would be a good idea is to write down the coordinate from the beginning. So pi over 3 goes with 1/2 and root 3 over 2. So I'll say sine of pi over 3 equals y over my r value of negative 8. And looking at that coordinate in the corner, sine of pi over 3 is the y part. So I'll replace it with root 3 over 2 equals y over negative 8. And then I need to times both sides by negative 8 to clear the fraction. So I'll get negative 8 root 3 over 2, and I can reduce that to 8 divided by 2 will leave me with negative 4. So my y value is negative 4 root 3. So now, same idea, but now we're going to do the cosine. So cosine of pi over 3 equals x over negative 8. So I'm using the same coordinate up here. Cosine's now the x part. So cosine of pi over 3 is 1/2. And to get x by itself, I would times both sides by negative 8. Half of negative 8 would be negative 4. So we found that the rectangular version of this coordinate is negative 4 and a negative 4 root 3. So these two would fall in the same spot. So that's all for today. We're going to pick up with this concept tomorrow.